obviously not too much to stay. Obviously, we didn't do anything well enough today to deserve to win, so we'll be playing next week, and we'll see who that is, and still have opportunity in front of us here. So need our best football, and we didn't have it today. But hopefully it'll be there next week.
Boy, he's still the same. Win, lose, tie, whatever. In, out, whatever. The same happy-go-lucky. He's not happy, he's not lucky, and he doesn't go, as Jerry Seinfeld once said. Bill Belichick falls from the 2 spot, Chris Sims, to the 3 spot. And what a difference that is for the New England Patriots. First time they will play Wild Card Weekend since the 2009 season when they lost at home in that early Sunday spot, 33-14.
Right.
Ray Rice.
Right.
Rough shot.
Right.
Rough
First play of the game, he broke right up the middle for like a 60-yard
touchdown. It was over
touchdown,
by the middle of the first quarter. It's
Yeah.
like, why are we even here?
Right.
That's the last time the Patriots played in the wild card round. They're back there, and they have the Tennessee Titans, who punched their ticket with a victory over a Texans team that really wasn't trying to win. But the Titans, they're built to go into Foxborough and beat the Patriots. No, I'm not saying I'm not throwing dirt yet, though.
No.
We've already established the Patriots are the Terminator.
Yes, they are.
And they are not dead until you are damn sure they are dead.
Right.
And until that metal body has been dismembered and the parts distributed all over the globe and maybe some into outer space, even then they may not be dead.
I'm with you.
But this is
unlike any team we've seen of the Patriots in the last 10 years. Since that team, maybe
16.5-point favorites
Right.
to beat the Dolphins to get that bye. They knew the stakes. This wasn't some hiccup. This wasn't some accident. They knew what they were up against. They knew they needed this game, and they couldn't get it done. And that is alarming.
Inconsistencies on offense, as we know. The defense, which has been great all year, especially Stephon Gilmore. He was attacked yesterday for the first time we've seen really all season by Devontae Parker.
What does Brian Flores know about Stephon Gilmore that emboldened the Dolphins to attack him the way they did? There had to be something he's picked up working with this guy saying, here's how you beat him. This is what you do.
Well,
this is the guy you hope he covers, and we're going to throw it. We're not going to be scared of him. We're going to throw it this way. We're going to put the ball here. We're going to make him do this. He knows his weaknesses.
Yeah, well, definitely does. Definitely knows his weaknesses. And then this is really the story of the game, too. The Dolphins get an early field goal. Brady throws a pick 6. Lets the Dolphins get up 10-0, and all of a sudden they got the confidence to go, whoa, we can play this game. We can win this game. But to your point, Mike, with Gilmore, too, I think the biggest thing is they have a belief. They realize, okay, we're out, man. This defense is better than us. Where's one area we feel good about? And they feel good about Devontae Parker. They think he's a superstar. Now, this is a bunch of coaches that loved Devontae Parker when they were working for the New England Patriots. And I just think they looked at it more of like, this is a strength of ours more than just attacking a weakness of Gilmore. I think they said, Fitzpatrick's good at throwing.
We're not going to shy away.
Right.
We're not going to shy away.
What do we? Who cares if we lose this game? But we're not going to shy away from the good things that have gotten us, 4 wins up to that point until yesterday where it was their 5th win. And I think that was more of the thing than anything. They just looked at that and said, okay, we know we're getting man-to-man over here. Our quarterback's aggressive. He'll throw back shoulders and be aggressive and keep throwing to a guy who's covered. And this guy, he can get open, or when he is covered, he can make great catches. And I just think they went to the well on that. And I think that was more than anything of just as far as picking up a Gilmore weakness or anything like that.
I wonder if that's part of the psychology, though. When you're talking about a corner who is getting to the point where he's accustomed to not being tested.
No doubt,
all
Mike.
Of a sudden, it's not one of these games where they're staying away from. It's like, hey, they're actually throwing it at me. What do I do?
There is something to that. Those guys are usually used to, like, okay, if I'm just close to the guy or if I get up here and bump man-to-man coverage, I'm Stephon Gilmore. I'm, Darrelle Revis. Back in those days, people just said, forget it. We'll just go to the other side of the football and not even mess with that guy. But the Dolphins said the hell with that. They just said, hey, we just extended this Devontae Parker. He's a first-round pick, and we're going to see what you got, Stephon Gilmore. And as you saw on some of those highlights there, so many of the balls were just, okay, great position by Stephon Gilmore, but we're going to throw the ball behind Devontae Parker and like 8 feet up in the air, and he'll just jump and put his long arms up in the air and snag it. And it was just a lot of those type of plays. Ryan Fitzpatrick, gutsy performance by him as usual. And the Patriots, they ran the ball well yesterday. There's something wrong with Brady's arm.
You can see it. You see him shaking out the elbow.
That is, to me, and I've had this before too, like when you throw and you do this, that's tendonitis elbow. Like you're always trying to shake it like, ooh, that's bothering me. Let me try to shake it out.
Oh, my arm. It's broken.
Yeah, I think it's broken. So there is an issue there. And I think the biggest context clue we had is what they did at the end of the first half, which we talked on Sunday Night Football. football last night, right?
Absolutely. Explain what happened.
Well, last night we did a little segment on this, but there's a minute and 48 left. It's 3rd and 10 with the Miami Dolphins. They run a run play to basically say, we're not going to let Ryan Fitzpatrick throw it here and throw an interception and let the Patriots gain some confidence. So minute 48, they run the ball on 3rd and 10, punt it. New England didn't take the timeout after 3rd down. That was the first time we were like, what? Why wouldn't they take the timeout?
New England had all three,
They
right?
had all 3 timeouts. So we're thinking, okay, maybe they're just saving the timeouts for the offensive side of the ball. They run the ball on 1st down, don't take a timeout. Run the ball again on 2nd down, they just go in at half. To me, to where it was like, either one, Belichick was like, ooh, the offense is shaky and I don't trust Tom right now to make throws or whatever, or he's just going, Tom's elbow is not great, and I don't think he can push the ball down the field here to get us into field goal position. Very odd, because that was the ultimate Belichick moment. They usually go down, kick a field goal, they got the ball to receive the second half, and you're thinking there's going to be a 10-point swing, and that 10-point swing never happened.
Sometimes it's a 14-point swing. I mean, sometimes you see a two-touchdown advantage that comes out of that end of the first half possession, start of the second half possession. But you're right. There was a strategic decision there. Nothing happens accidentally with Bill Belichick. The master of situational football, he gets what he wants. And what he wanted there was to get the hell off the field and get to the locker room before they run the risk of making it worse. And that is a rarity for the New England Patriots. Again, I'm not saying that any of this means they're done, because the moment that we all stand up in unison and say they're done is the moment that they're going to start engraving their names onto the next Lombardi trophy. They want us all. I'm not taking the bait. I've done it before. I'm not going to declare them done. I am going to be wrong by saying that they're going to win it all before I'm going to be wrong by saying they're done.
I get you. I mean, it's impossible to pick against the Patriots. Not when we've seen 19 years of dominance and we know they can bounce back. But
they thrive for single elimination.
They definitely do. There's nobody that can break down teams and bring out trick plays and do things that you'd never think of in a one-game, win or you're done, go home type of scenario than the New England Patriots. But they're different than years past because they have to play a little bit conservative on offense. Brady at 42 and his arm issue right now, certainly not capable of carrying the team that way. There's no big-time receiver. Julian Edelman's got a little bit of case of the drops this year, too. That's an issue. They ran the ball okay yesterday. They definitely did that. It's been better as of late, but they're not one of the 2 best teams in the AFC. I know that. I can say that for sure. I'm not saying the Patriots won't go to the Super Bowl, but I can say for sure that they are not as good as the Ravens and the Kansas City Chiefs right now. Definitely not. They have to play the game a certain way, and if it gets to be too many points, like 27-24 is about the limit for the Patriots, as we saw yesterday. It's about the limit. And that's, against the Dolphins defense, that's not that good. So that just shows you, in playoff football, their defense might have to be like 20 is the limit, 17 is the limit. They're going to have to win games that way.
And New England's loss was Kansas City's gain, because as the Patriots were losing at home to the Dolphins, the Chiefs were pulling away from the Chargers. It was a game early on that looked like it might go sideways for the Chiefs, right. But they pulled it together, and it was a great moment. And Kevin Harlan was calling for CBS the Chiefs-Chargers game while also simultaneously doing play-by-play off-screen of the go-ahead touchdown late by the Dolphins, because that was extremely relevant to the Chiefs. It opened the door to the bye week. It opened the door to a home game in the divisional round, just like last year when they beat the Colts. And they are an upset of the Ravens away from hosting the AFC Championship game for a second straight year, if they can hold serve against the Patriots or whoever they see in that opening round. It will be the Patriots as the 3 seed, or the winner of the 4-5 game, the Texans-Bills, if there would be an upset of the Patriots by the Titans in the wild card round. So
Chiefs are amazing.
Chiefs are amazing. Mecole Hardman, they drafted him in round 2 in anticipation of the possibility Tyreek Hill may not be available. They have Hill, they have Hardman, they still have Sammy Watkins. The offense is overlooked.
Yeah.
Defense has improved.
Right.
Giving up 21 points yesterday was the most points they've given up in weeks.
Yep.
But that defense is at the point where they're ready to play January football. The offense is the point where they can get it done. And this is the team that I think everybody's been overlooking. They should not be overlooked going into the postseason.
No, I'm with you there. I mean, to me, they're playing. They're more like playoff caliber, like orchestrated football team this year than compared to last year. And I think yesterday, again, not their best football. The Chargers have been a pain in the butt for the Kansas City Chiefs, as we saw in Mexico City, or the Chargers upset them last year late in the Saturday night football game at the end of the season. They play a certain style that's tough on Kansas City. But Kansas City, to me, the encouraging thing is they're showing a lot of different ways to win football games. Yesterday, again, another big win without Patrick Mahomes having to throw for 350 yards and 4 touchdowns. They did it with defense, special teams, and the run game. And then Mahomes made a few plays here and there. But I think that's encouraging to this team where, okay, yeah, you might have to go into Baltimore and you might not be able to throw for 400 yards in that game. Are you going to be able to find other ways to move the ball and make the plays? And I think Kansas City Chiefs over the last 5 to 6 weeks have shown that they are capable of doing that.
They've beaten the Ravens twice with Lamar Jackson. Not that that means anything when we get to that.
They match up good with the Ravens.
And that we've seen that 1 seed stumble. And in recent years, the 1 seeds and the 2 seeds have done well in the divisional round. But in both conferences this year, maybe we're going to see that change, especially with the Ravens resting their key starters, but still handling the Steelers on Sunday in very impressive fashion, finishing 14-2, the best team in the league, clearly, and the best team in the conference. But that all gets wiped clean. It doesn't matter now. The regular season's over.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.